Live from the happiest place in the Lone Star State. Welcome back to the Talking Mickey Project. From trivia and trip reports to unboxings and interviews, TMP is your home for Disney fans of all abilities. Now, it's your host, Emma.
Hello everyone! Can y'all hear me on your end of the screen? And your speaker? Or whatever like you're talking or you're watching from?
Hopefully so.
Like your TV?
I see John already.
Yeah.
And you know what? We don't have anything on the bottom of the screen to tell everybody who we are. So, there we are.
John's comment go on.
That's right. Well, John's comment deserves to be on. Good to see you, John. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
And I'm Kevin, Emma's dad, Skipper Dad.
Okay, Skipper Daddy.
And this is Emma, your hostess.
Yeah.
Your hostess with the mostest. We are very happy you are back. So if you are here, as Emma's mom says, put a note in the chat. Let us know you're here so we can welcome you.
Please.
What would you like me to do, Em, while we're live?
Click on my comment I said earlier?
Which is what?
The if.
Okay. Emma was going to not pay attention to the chat tonight because she always gets distracted. But here we are. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribing to help me reach my goal in order to live stream in the parks and the YouTube app. There you go. All right. Good deal. Hey, Joe, good to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. Are you new? Because if you are new, you'll get a first visit button.
Yeah,
I think you might be.
Emoji smiley face.
That's right. So thank you for being here. Jonathan is back. Hey, thank you, Jonathan, for coming back. We appreciate it. And Grandma and Grandpa are here.
Okay.
That is awesome. Thank you for being here. And we have a bunch of other folks. So anyway, we are going to be sharing Emma's interview with Josh from ResortTV1 tonight. The interview was done not long ago, and it was very fun. It's very interesting. And especially with everything that's been going on at Disney for the 50th, I think there's some really interesting info in there and perspectives. And Josh is a professional. He does a great job with what he does with ResortTV1 with Jenna, right? Co-founder. And then also just the whole idea of what it takes to be a live streamer and how they built the channel. There's a lot of stuff that he's going to talk about. So we hope you stay tuned and we hope you see through the rest of the video because it's really worth your time, I think. So, wow. Are you ready to get started?
And we only got one like. Patrick on like on the YouTube channel.
Oh, hey, yeah. Jedi Magic and more. Incoming Rebel transmission. Patrick is awesome.
Question. The movie Dune that's coming out soon. Is that a new Star Wars movie?
Dune?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's not?
No.
What?
It's a remake of an older movie, a different thing altogether. So here's a rabbit trail, guys.
Okay, I'll talk it.
Rabbits. There's rabbits all over the place. We are watching. Have fun. We will try to have fun. So, guys, are you ready for the interview? Because I think we ought to get moving with the interview.
Yeah.
What do you guys say?
I
think it might be worth it. So, without further ado, here is Emma's interview with Josh of ResortTV1. How do we do it? 1, 2, 3, bippity boppity.
Welcome back from ResortTV1 to my channel.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
She gets really high when she's excited.
Hey, that's good.
We got to protect the crystal glasses when she gets excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, thank you. Yeah, for being here. We have a bunch of questions for you to learn more about what you're doing and what you think, and a bunch of fun questions at the end. So, are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. I will put number 1 up on the screen. All right.
For viewers that may not know, what is ResortTV1?
Oh, absolutely. Great question. So we are a YouTube channel that specializes in covering primarily the Disney parks, but also Universal and SeaWorld and all the Orlando area parks. And we even cover Disneyland sometimes and things like that. But we do live streams a couple times a week. Our biggest show is Friday Night Live at 5 or 6 p.m. every Friday. We go live and show everybody usually the Disney parks. Our favorite, of course, is Magic Kingdom. And we go live and just have a great time showing rides and fireworks and chat with the viewers. We also have vlogs that we do that we upload pre-recorded, and we even have all the other social media: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. So we're just big Disney fans and we love covering the parks.
Does that work?
Yeah.
All right, here's number 2.
When did you become a Disney fan?
Oh, of course. Great question. I refer back to my background back here. We got Horizons and the
Yeah.
Epcot, classic Epcot over here. I became a Disney fan in 1984 when I was 5 years old. Then you know how old I am. My parents took me to Disney World, and I was especially impressed with Epcot. I'd never seen anything like it. Spaceship Earth to a 5-year-old was just some insane thing that somebody could build an 18-story golf ball was what I thought it looked like, of course, as a 5-year-old. And then Horizons just totally blew my mind. There's still never been anything quite like it created. And the music and the sound and everything. And extra trivia, the Epcot and Disney music is the reason that I became a band director for my main job. So I was inspired so much by music from Disney that I decided to pursue teaching music. So there you go.
Oh,
That is really cool. The first time Emma went, she was 4,
yeah,
and that was in 2002.
yeah,
So you were probably old enough there to be a fan from that point on.
yeah.
I'm really old. So first
Yeah,
time I
me
went was
too.
in the middle 70s, and was there in 82. I think it was 82 when Epcot opened.
Yeah.
But one of the things you made me think about is my wife and I, when we were in school, I was in junior high. She was in high school because she's really older than me, much, much older, like 3 years. We marched in the 10th Centennial Parade at Disney World in Magic Kingdom in the band. So that was really fun. That was really fun. I don't know.
That
Do
would
they
be
still
cool.
do that kind of program?
Not specifically. I mean, they have bands and things march at Disney.
Uh-huh.
They haven't since COVID. I think they're waiting a little bit to bring all the bands back and things.
Okay.
But they do, they do offer performance opportunities and things. And I actually had a friend who played at the grand opening of Epcot. They actually stood on top of the Communicore buildings, which are now, one of them's gone, but now Innovations. And they stood on top of those buildings and played in a fanfare brass and percussion ensemble. So yeah, they did all that stuff,
Wow.
several years ago. But yeah, they still do some cool stuff. So
I remember with the 10 Centennial thing, they had these long trumpets
yes.
in the castle, and I can still hear that. It just still gives you goosebumps hearing that. I remember marching in front of it, and it's like, wow.
Oh yeah, they play those at Candlelight Processional as well, which I just found out is coming back to Epcot this year.
Oh, that's great. That's great. We love that. Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I agree. The music is largely what makes it. I mean, it's what keeps those memories alive, I think, when you're not there. All righty, you ready for number 3?
Yeah.
Okay, here's number 3.
What made you want to start a YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great question. Really, it was kind of a strange thing. We kind of fell into it. We didn't, I know some people see their favorite YouTubers and get inspired by that, and that's fantastic. We really didn't get inspired that way specifically. Jenna did. For me, I was posting videos just for fun from the parks way back in like 2003, 2004, way before YouTube was even a thing, onto some sites like MouseBits is the name of a website. It's still around. BitTorrent was a peer-to-peer file sharing system.
Yeah.
And a lot of colleges did not allow that to be, streamed through their network. And so a lot of college kids, and I was not that far off from that age at that time either, just a few years out of college, were emailing me saying, hey, we love your videos. We can't watch them. We're at college. YouTube had started, I don't know when it was, 06, 07, whenever it was. And they said, can you start posting some of your videos to YouTube? And I was like, oh, sure, that's fine. So I just posted them on my personal account, which is why if you go to ResortTV1, our main URL user is still JNNelson79. That's my old YouTube account. You can't change that. You can just change the channel name. But I just started posting some videos. So you can see some videos that were posted well over 10, 15 years ago on our channel. And so that was just like, and I just let them sit there, and one of them got 10 or 20,000 views, and YouTube was like, do you want to be a partner? I was like, for what? I didn't understand what it was. I didn't realize one of my videos had become popular. So Jenna had watched Tim Tracker and and Justin Scard and all those kind of original vloggers a little bit, and really enjoyed them. And so she started encouraging me to do that. I didn't really want to be face on camera at that point. And so I kind of resisted a little bit. And finally she convinced me, and we started vlogging together. But that wasn't until 2015. So I wish I had started way earlier, but we moved to Florida. I got involved in marching band and had a giant marching band, and that takes up a lot of time. So that was kind of my life for a while. And when that kind of slowed down, then YouTube really started to be, more of a front and center. So we kind of fell into it backwards, I guess.
That's cool. Yeah. When I was looking at the about section a while back, it said 2006 that the channel started.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that is like pioneering right there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was funny. I mean, we actually had our channel before any other Disney vlogger. We probably had some of the earliest videos. Not, I won't say the earliest, but some of the earliest videos of Disney posted on YouTube. There weren't very many when we started posting. So
that's cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
All right. You ready for number, what are we at? 4? Yeah, number 4. Okay, here you go.
Resort TV1 hosts lots of live streams from the parks. Why do you think live streams are so popular in the Disney fan community?
Absolutely. Yeah, great question. And that is something that we really enjoy doing. And that was something we kind of fell into accidentally too. I saw YouTube is allowing live streaming for people with a certain number of subscribers, and that fit where we were at. They had just lowered the threshold. And so I was like, maybe people would like to see the parks live. Let's just see what happens. And I tried a few times, and of course it's not that easy to do, especially when cellular wasn't as good 4 or 5 years ago as it is now. And so, it was a lot of buffering, a lot of spinning circles, and finally we got it to work. And the first time we ever had a big stream at Magic Kingdom, we had over 1,000 people watching the very first time. And I said, boy, I think we've got something here. So that's right. But I think to answer your question more directly, the thing that people really love about the live streams is that it's interactive. So, you can watch TV and be talked at for hours, right? And they don't know or care that you're there. And don't get me wrong, a lot of stars are really nice. I've met a lot of stars, and they're very nice people, most of them, but they don't know that you're there. Whereas, when you're on a live stream, you can send me a chat message and I can read it, and now you're in the show, and I think that's appealing to people.
Yeah, or even be part of it and say, hey, can you go stop by so-and-so and let's see. So you're actually helping, to make the thing entertaining. Well, that's really cool. We watch all the time. We watch live streams all the time. And that's
one of the coolest new things. Sorry to interrupt especially you were talking about choosing what to do, is now I can put a poll up on YouTube, which it requires a little finagling when you're on mobile, but I can put a poll up and literally the viewers can vote. And it's like the other night I said, do you want me to walk around while we watch Epcot Forever, or do you want me to stay in this spot? And everybody said, it was like 80% said stay in the spot. It's okay, we're staying right here. So you guys control the stream at that point.
That's awesome.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's what keeps people engaged, and we watch a lot of it. I was saying we watch a lot of live streams, and I mean, it's just, I don't know, being far since we live in Texas, we're not close to either of the parks. So it's kind of keeping us going and seeing what's going on and all that kind of stuff, and being part of it, and getting to know folks, or at least like we feel like we know folks like you, because we see you a lot, So it's really kind of neat. It helps build that community. I think you got a question about that. I believe, I don't want to steal your thunder, but
of course,
about that coming up. All right. So you're ready for which one? Number 5. Okay, here we go.
You have put in a lot of hard work to grow Resort TV1 and the Resort Hopper family. What else has gone into your success on YouTube?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I think, like you highlighted, hard work is the biggest thing, and trial and error, trial and failure, I think and that's the thing. I think everybody sees the successes. They don't see the failures as much. And so, even with Walt, there were failures that he had along the way. And he even said, I think you need a good hard failure when you're young to learn from it. I always tell my students that when we're playing music, I'm like, we're going to sight read this and it's going to sound bad. And that's okay, because we're going to learn from that and get better. And so that's with the live streams. Our first several live streams are not very good really, but they were fun. And that was the main thing. So I think, hard work, but also making it fun. The fact that we genuinely care about Disney, we're not just doing it for views or money or anything like that. It certainly has helped our family in a lot of ways. But for me, it was always about love for Disney. I've loved Disney since I was 5 years old, before I even held a camera. So, and then also, just that we're just regular people. I'm not a star. I'll never be a star. I'll never be, I'm a teacher, so I guess I can speak okay, but I'll never look like a model. I'll never, have the right thing to say all the time. I'm awkward. I feel like some of that is just okay to be real. People see that and they're like, when I see somebody on TV, I'm like, I'm never going to speak like that guy, or, I'm never going to look like that person or be as stylish or dress as nicely as that person. So I'm never going to be a movie star, and I'm okay with that. But anybody can kind of relate to somebody who's just a regular person enjoying Disney. And so that's why we don't try really hard to be anything other than who we are. And I think that's one thing that helps with the success, is just being ourselves. When we mess up, we're like, oops, that was wrong. Or I might say something and try and like spout a fact about something, and somebody in the chat comes in and says, actually, that's not right. Oh, okay, sorry. So it's like, it's okay to be real. And I think that's the biggest thing. So
one of the biggest things I think that Emma she hasn't had this problem yet, but I told her it's going to happen at some point, is just criticism. So it's negative feedback or negative comments or whatever. You really haven't like who?
Dislikes.
Oh, dislikes. Yeah, stuff like that. But I've told her she hasn't had it, but I said that's part of this. If you're putting yourself out there, you got to be who you are, and some people are going to like that and some people aren't.
Well, and that's absolutely right. And we've had our fair share of trolls. And luckily, I have taught school for 20 years, and including middle school, and I have pretty thick skin, So what I realize a lot of times when people are rude and mean and hateful, which I hope never ever happens to you because you're wonderful, but if it does happen, absolutely, if it does happen, like it has for us, we realize that issue has nothing to do with us. That has to do with that other person. And we really, hope the best for that person, because my thing is, when I've delved into this issue with students more, especially when it's had a positive resolution to a student who has done something horrible that was very hurtful to me, I'll realize later that they had something going on that I had no idea about, and that affected the way that they behaved. And a lot of times they'll apologize, and it's wonderful, because it's like, okay, now I understand why you did that. And it had nothing to do with me. It was all about what you were dealing with and kind of projecting that on somebody else. And so I think these people that troll on the internet, they might be upset by something we do or say or whatever. We're certainly not perfect. Nobody is. We make mistakes. We lose our patience sometimes, just like everybody does at Disney. And we're live for 6 hours. So there's going to be times when we say the wrong thing, or when we get upset with each other or whatever. And we're okay with that, because nobody has a perfect Disney vacation. So we want to kind of show that on the stream. We all get frustrated with each other. But, we also all love our community. We love our families. It's like, we might argue about what ride to ride next, but we're still going to hug at the end of the night. And that's okay.
That's right.
So
there you go. Right. All right. Here is, you ready for number 6?
I know that was cute.
That was cute. Okay, whatever. You're not a ham, are you?
No.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, number 6. What has been the most rewarding part of being a YouTuber, and what has been the most challenging?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Another great question. So I think the most rewarding part is building the community that we talked about. It's been so amazing. We've met friends that are from our community that watch us. We've also met friends, who are vloggers, some of our friends, Corey and Maria, and all of our great friends. I don't want to miss anybody, but we've got so many great friends that we know we never would have met if we hadn't done this. Families that be friends, forever. And so that's been the most rewarding part, is just people. And also when somebody sends me a message that says, some of them still make me tear up, like the guy who said that his wife was on hospice care, for cancer, passed away way too young, unfortunately, but they watched our streams while she was in hospice, and they didn't have like a whole lot. They couldn't go and do anything, obviously. And it made their memories of their trips together and things. And he said that was just so you know, it was just so important for them to be able to relive those memories from the hospital bed. And I said, wow, I don't care if we never get another viewer subscriber. That made, or, you know, or any, or, you know, that made what we did 100% worth it. So that hearing how we affect people's lives and meeting new people, that's the most rewarding, 100%. Challenging is probably the amount of work that it takes to do it. I basically don't have free time. I mean, tonight I did. I actually a little bit, even before we got on, I watched the Apple event to see what the new iPhone was going to be. And I was like, that's kind of cool. You know, we got to do that. I got to have some free time. But as far as, you know, the workload, and then sometimes I will say, you know, sometimes the trolls do get to you every once in a while when they say something, you're like, ooh, that's kind of partially true. And then you're like, okay, but also nobody's perfect and there are things we can work on. And so I try and turn it into a positive, like, yeah, we do kind of do that. Maybe we should work on that and not try and feel bad about it. Because remembering that we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. There isn't a perfect person on this earth. And so it's okay if we have a problem. And maybe instead of taking the rudeness of that comment, saying, okay, I can learn from that and not take in that negative energy from that person. Yeah. It's hard, but it's true. So
yeah. That's good. You ready? It looks like you want to say something, so I don't want to jump ahead.
Please do.
Is it alright if I can see the back of you, like the writing on the back of your wall?
What do you think it says? It's a quote.
Oh, let me move right so you can see it. There you go. Now can you see it?
Remake, you can do it. Oh, it's a wall.
Yeah, I was about to say, who said that, don't you?
Yeah. So
that's
yep,
awesome.
That's it. It's also a quote from the Horizons attractions that way on this side.
That's right. That's right. I remember that one. That was unfortunately was long gone when you were there. But
there is still remnants of the old ride still there.
Remnants, maybe.
Absolutely.
Flower thing where the stand used to sit. The sign.
Oh, okay. The flower bed or something. Emma watches a lot. Pardon me. Emma watches a lot of Disney history stuff.
Well, I was going to say, she hit the nail on the head. If anybody listening didn't know what she was talking about, she hit the nail on the head there. The flower bed in front of Mission Space is shaped like the Horizons building. So if you look over here and see the shape of this right here, it's kind of an interesting geometric shape. And actually the building is shaped kind of interesting on the top too. If you look top down, the planter in front of Mission Space is still shaped like that. So that's pretty cool.
Don't get the wonderful white pavilion still there, but it's turned into a playground.
Well, they're going to make the play pavilion. It sounds like if that's still moving forward. But
well, I think it's sitting empty right now. But yeah, it will eventually.
Yeah. She loves the history.
Yeah, you got all the knowledge. That's awesome. Good for you.
All right, here's number 7. Right. Okay.
Based upon our experience watching, there is a very active Disney fan community on YouTube. What do you think makes it such a close community?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Great question. It is a very close community. I think a couple things play into that. First of all, even since we started, with all the turmoil in the last few years, one of the things that we're very adamant about is that we don't discuss politics. We don't discuss religion. We're very open that we're Christians, but we don't discuss that or push that on our show. And so because we want people to feel like they can come no matter where they come from, no matter what their background is, no matter, what their ideas or philosophies are, we basically say, leave that at the door. And let's talk about Disney and let's escape the world for a little while. Let's escape the news, and I always tell people people try and bring it in because it's such a part of their lives. And we always say, let's leave that stuff outside. We're not doing that. You can turn on the TV if you want to see all that stuff. But if you want to take a break with us or from social media where everybody argues about everything, we don't allow any kind of arguments like that on our channel. We try and keep it like Disney World, kind of a utopian community, where not to be unrealistic, but just to give people a break, a vacation from the world. So even if you can't go to Disney right now, which a lot of people can't, it's far away, it's expensive. Travel is hard right now for a lot of people. So, and people can't come from different parts in the world because of COVID. So, even if they can't come, we're giving them that experience when they just sit down on their couch. They can click off the news and the bad news and all the arguing and fighting, and they can get onto something positive. So that makes it close knit. But also Disney, instills these huge, strong memories in people when they could, you guys all went when you were really young. I went when I was really young, and you have great memories with your family there and great memories of just things that made you go, wow, that you'll never forget. And so there's that closeness, I think, by those couple things, the need to escape kind of a harsh reality right now, and then also the need to remember nice, fun things in your life. And I think that's what makes it so close. Plus, it's something everybody can agree on, that everybody can agree. If you're here, if you don't like Disney, you wouldn't be watching, right? You can close the video right now if you don't like it. And that's why I tell people, like, somebody actually asked me one time, why are you always at Disney? Well, this is kind of a Disney based channel. So you don't like Disney, you probably should hit that little red X right now. So
that's true. It's like you think of the business world, you've got qualified customers before they ever show up, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And as long as Disney is popular, which I don't see any reason that it wouldn't be, then we'll still have people that want to watch, and we're happy for that. So,
all right, you ready for number 8?
I do have a question though.
Oh, a follow-up? Okay.
Of course.
Now, you told me you went to Disney World in 1994 at the age of 5, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. 1984. Just want to make
84.
sure. 1984.
Oh, 84.
Yeah. I'm even older than you thought. Go ahead with your question.
What were you going to ask?
You're fine.
Fun fact about Animal Kingdom.
Oh, this is the standing thing. Every show, everybody needs to know when she was born and how it relates to Animal Kingdom.
Of course. Okay, go
you
ahead.
Explain.
Tell us.
A very Animal Kingdom opened up on Earth Day, which is April 22nd, 1998.
Okay.
And I was born a Wednesday before it even opened.
She was born in April of 98 also.
Oh, that's awesome.
So she's got a connection to the Animal Kingdom, huh?
Oh, we love Animal Kingdom. That's great. Very cool. 98. That's right. We were there that summer actually when it opened in I believe in June that year. So that's pretty cool.
There you go.
Wow.
Right,
you were just a baby.
All right. Here's number 8.
Well, you and Jenna.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Do a lot of work with Give Kids the World Village. Can you tell us what it is and why do you support it?
Absolutely. Great question. Give Kids the World is very near and dear to our hearts. First of all, what it is, it's a village, I believe what they say, 79 or 83 acres, something like that, just south of Disney World. And it is a place for families with children with terminal or critical illnesses that they can come and visit the parks. A lot of times they work with Make-A-Wish Foundation, where if a child, is critical or terminal and they don't have maybe a lot of time left, unfortunately, if they have a wish that they want to do with their family, a lot of times the families are so burdened with medical bills, they just can't do anything. And so Make-A-Wish is, and Give Kids the World's mission is to take away that stress of the cost and everything else, and give these families a whole week of amazing memories that they'll never forget. And it's just such an incredible place. I get choked up even thinking about it. I've gone there and watched these kids and families. The first time I went out there was the school I work at. We went and volunteered out there one day. I'd known about it before. Mom and Dad had gone out there and volunteered, and they said, oh, you guys should really get involved. And we just didn't get into it. But my school was like, hey, we're going to go volunteer. I was like, awesome. I can't wait to see it. And just seeing the families, and all we did was take down Christmas lights one day, but it was a lot of fun. We had a blast doing it, and just seeing the families and how grateful they were and friendly they were, and just seeing, you have to see it, just the expressions on their faces, and they were having the time of their lives, and nobody was, they didn't think about anybody being sick, and there wasn't any, there wasn't fear and pain and suffering. It was just happiness and memories. And I thought, wow, we need to be a part of that. That's incredible. If you ever go out there and see it, it's an incredible thing. We've done the Night of a Million Lights the last year. Now it's going to happen again this year. So that's a neat thing that everybody can get involved with and support them that way. But the reason we support it is just because we've seen firsthand how it affects families and how amazing it is for these families to have these memories. One of the things that we were just in an event on Thursday, and Pamela Lamworth, the CEO of the organization, told a story, about just about how incredible the organization is. And one of the things was just talking about a child who, was terminal at the time and they didn't think was going to make it, came to Give Kids the World and started making a recovery. And actually, she said she just went to the child's college graduation and wasn't expected to live
Wow.
another year past when they were, when they were there at Give Kids the World. So that was incredible. Just that some positive energy, helps with the healing process.
It does.
And then, even just hearing about times when the kids didn't get to make it because there weren't enough spots open or this or that makes us just want to work harder to make sure that those kids all get there and are able to to participate in their wish. So yeah, I mean, just hearing some of those stories, it really touches your heart, and it really makes you want to go the extra mile for these people. I know the one thing I was going to say, the one thing that really touched me as a father, it was that, you could, she said, what happens to these families a lot of times, especially if it's a condition that's not, that's not something they're born with, is there's sudden diagnosis sometimes where you go to a routine doctor's appointment because something's not quite right, and you come down with this news that your child may not live another year. And that's something that can happen to anybody. And I just thought, this is so real to anybody who has kids, that we could help just make their day a little brighter, give them a memory that they just got the worst news that they could possibly have in their entire life, but maybe they can have a great memory and enjoy the last however much time they have left together, So anyway, it's just something that's really important to us, and we've been proud to raise as much money as we have for it, because to me, there isn't anything involved with Disney that could be a better cause than just giving these families an amazing memory. So
that good. That makes sense. You have a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, the Give Kids the World, because you said Make-A-Wish, and I know that's a donation foundation.
It's a nonprofit, right? And Give Kids the World, I'm sure, is as well. So she was asking who owns Give Kids the World. It's just a separate nonprofit.
That's correct. Yeah, it doesn't have an owner. I think it's managed, since it's a nonprofit organization. It's managed by a board of directors, and then Pamela Lamworth, I mentioned, she's the CEO, like the president of it. And so, but yeah, that's a good question. That it's actually 100% funded by donations. And the coolest thing is 90% of the donations go directly to the families, which is so incredible that they're able, only 10% of their costs to run the thing. Almost everything's donated too. Like Disney donates, theme park tickets and stuff a lot of times. And Disney donates food, extra lights, whatever. Like Disney, if they have extra stuff, they send it to Give Kids the World, or they send stuff to them at cost. Other corporations do this, and so their overhead is so low. So it's amazing, if you're in the business world, it's amazing the partnerships Give Kids the World has to keep their costs really low. So
that's cool. It's a good question.
Isn't that cool?
That actually happened to us one time.
What happened to us?
Remember that we wanted a Star Wars weekend, what anything you can do?
Yeah, Star Wars
Several
weekends.
years ago.
What about it?
And one of the cast members told me that there is a Make-A-Wish family was there.
Oh, okay. Because they were probably bringing them into wherever we were, the attraction or something.
No, we were waiting for Jedi, Mickey, and
Princess we're waiting for R2MK and Jedi, Mickey, Princess Minnie.
For R2MK.
Yeah. So you've had experience in seeing the Wish Kids there, right? Yeah.
Very cool.
Emma was born very early, so she's had some challenges over the years, but she's had a lot of support, and it does, like you said, it makes a difference to have that positive opportunity and to have family around, and just to lift your spirits. It really can turn a corner on things.
Absolutely. Right? Yes.
Oh.
You on a roll? Yeah. What else you got?
Apparently there's also another Make-A-Wish too.
There's another Make-A-Wish? What's that mean?
The one here in Texas.
Oh, well, there's different, I don't know if they call them chapters or what. There's different organizations that are spread out around the country, but they all work together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
my understanding.
Yes,
we're
yeah, they do.
trying- So we're trying to contact them to do an interview.
Yeah, Emma wants to talk to the person or someone from Make-A-Wish of Central and South Texas is our area.
Cool. Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, so that's the plan. We're hoping to reach out to them again. All righty. Are you ready for number 9?
Yeah.
Okay. After this one, we start with the oh no, you have one more after this, and then you get to the fun kind of silly question. All right. Number 9.
What are your plans for the future of Resort TV1?
Wow, that's a big question for sure. You know, we do have a lot of plans for things we want to do in the future. Not all of them we can reveal, so but we can say a few things.
Secret. We won't tell anybody.
I know we won't tell. Some of the plans, unfortunately, were foiled by COVID, so that's something we'll have to do in the future.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's okay. It's still going to be there, and we're going to be fine. But I think the biggest thing for us is we want to. One of my biggest things is I'm a techie, and I want to continue to innovate and to try and bring the best quality, most engaging live streams I possibly can. So, and Jenna and I possibly can. So, you know, that's why we did a 360-degree live stream a few weeks ago, even though it almost burned my hand because the camera was so hot, you know, so I'm gonna have to figure out maybe to get a little pole to hold on it or something. But, you know, just stuff like that. You know, we keep joking around that, you know, we're going to figure out smell-o-vision eventually, but you know, with
there you go.
But just to kind of innovate and bring people the best experience possible. But the biggest thing besides that is to continue to grow the community, find new ways to engage with the viewers, and find new ways to just make people feel like they really are at Disney and like they're with a community that cares and that wants them to be there. You know, biggest thing for right now is as we get bigger, you know, we can't read the comments a lot, all of the comments, and I feel bad when I miss ones, and you know, and we can't read everybody's, and it does bother me, and some people do get frustrated with us, and I think my biggest thing is, you know, to find different ways to engage so that people can still feel like, even though there may be a lot more people chatting, we can still find ways to connect and make sure people feel like they're welcome and engaged. So that's my biggest plan for the future, I think.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of planning and a lot of work because, yeah, I mean, sometimes you look at the chat, it's just flying. I don't know how you keep up with it.
Well, you know, I mean, we just have to read whatever's on the screen at the time and try and catch as much as we can. And luckily, I'm kind of a speed reader, but, you know, I can't. My mouth can only move so fast. I told people the other day, somebody was getting frustrated because they missed their comment. I said, well, one of the decisions we made a while back was that we wanted to slow down our reading in the chat a little bit so we don't become like auctioneers, because that makes the stream not very enjoyable to watch. So I said, it's a trade-off that I don't get to read as many comments, but I'm not going to stress. I don't want to stress somebody out when I'm like, oh yeah, somebody said this and somebody said this. And I was like, okay, you're stressing me out. I got to turn it off, you know?
Well, it is a balance because you don't want to have just the images. You want to have that conversation. So yeah, that's not easy, I'm sure.
It's a hard balance for sure.
All right, you ready for number 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
What advice do you have for a Disney YouTuber like me
Like her.
who doesn't live near the Disney parks?
Oh yeah, very good question. You know, it's always hard when you don't live close, but you know, I started when I lived in Indiana, so it's very doable. And I think the biggest thing is, you know, when you do get to go, you know, you take as much video as you can, and then you can use it for different things. The biggest thing for me is I take what we call, if I was going to go like that, I would take a lot of what we call B-roll, which basically means that you're just recording without talking, and then you can go back at home and you can talk over it later, and you can use it for several different things. Because, you know, if you talk, if you talk during the whole video, which is, it's fine, but then you can only use it for that one thing. So if you just film yourself walking down Main Street, but don't say anything, it can even have the camera on you as you're walking, but just don't say anything. Or maybe, you know, film a ride, don't say anything, film a show and don't say, you know, whatever. And then you can go back later and comment over it. You can use that footage 10 or 15 times with different commentary. So I think that would be if I didn't live close. Otherwise, you know, the other thing is, you know, you can always find existing media and footage and things and comment on that. And then what you're doing, the talk shows and the interviews are a fantastic way to bring people into the park. Plus you can do talk shows and opinion shows about new things that come out, when there's a new, like the new Genie Plus that was announced, the new annual passes, any new restaurants, dining options, or whatever, you can just use photos you find on the internet and do kind of voiceovers and give your opinion on things. So I think those are things you can do even if you don't live close.
That's great ideas. You need to make some notes. Great ideas. One of the things. Well, we have it recorded, which is awesome.
You can just rewind it.
But one of the things I've wanted to do is try to incorporate video into her trivia, because we do trivia on Wednesday nights, and to just have little clips and stuff to just make it a little more engaging. So that's another idea. We can do that and do some recording when we're there.
The push one.
The push one? Well, it's okay because we're interrupting the flow here. Yeah. But she met Push multiple times, and we have one that says, a little clip that says, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" Because he was talking to her about what it was like for her to sit in the car behind us to drive from South Carolina. And I've used that as a little clip. When she starts rambling and going down these rabbit trails, I'll just hit, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?"
Time card.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's nice.
All right. Well, here are the fun questions. So you ready for number 11? All right. We're on the home stretch here.
If you could live in any Disney resort hotel, which one would it be?
Oh, I don't even have to think about that. Disney's Polynesian Resort, the bungalow. I want a bungalow. Ooh. I want to live in a bungalow forever and ever. I was there for one night, and I never ever wanted to leave.
That's a great one, huh? We've only seen the video tours, but it looks amazing. Especially having that plunge pool in the back looks awesome.
And being able to see the fireworks just by looking out the back window. No, it's incredible. The other thing is, that I think you can go, if you're ever at Polynesian, you can go and tour it. So you can go to the DVC booth and say that you'd like to see a bungalow. And if they're all full, they can't show you, of course, if somebody's staying there. But if they've got one that's open and you say, "Oh, I'm interested in touring one," they might give you a little sales pitch, but you can go in and see it. And so that's something that you can definitely do. So
you need to do that. That'd be awesome. Check that out. All right. Number 12.
If you could only visit one Disney theme park in the future, which one would you choose?
Wow. Okay. That's a hard question. Oh my goodness. If I could only visit one Disney theme park in the future, which would we choose? Boy, I think I'd have to choose Magic Kingdom, even though it would be Disneyland as a close second, and Epcot as a close third. Which actually, incidentally, is, if you look at theme park attendance, that's the top three: Magic Kingdom 1, Disneyland 2, and Epcot 3. So anyway, that's what I would have to go with.
There you go. What about you? I know what you typically say when I ask you this question, but is it still the same answer? Animal Kingdom? Is that still the same answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they expand the park again, they need to add Disney Kingdom.
Oh yeah, they're talking. There's been stuff online today about if they replace Dinoland, what would it be with? And people are saying, "Oh, it needs to be Beastly Kingdom," and some people are saying Zootopia, and
But ain't Disney doing Zootopia in another theme park there?
They're doing it in China, I believe. Or maybe it's Japan. I'm not sure.
Aren't they doing Frozen in Japan?
Yes, they are.
Oh, it must be China.
Yeah, I think we're hitting a rabbit hole.
I know.
All right. All right. You ready for number 13?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This is a new question. We haven't asked this one before.
Oh.
Okay.
If you could only watch one Disney park live show in the future, which one would it be?
You're talking about a live stream?
Live show in the park, like the entertainment.
Oh, live show. Okay. I was like, well, we would watch our live stream.
Yeah, there you go.
No, if we only could do one. Oh, live show. Okay. Wow, that is a tough one. And we don't watch the live shows as much probably as some people might, but I'm trying to think. I've got to think of what all the shows are. Live shows, because you've got Beauty and the Beast just opened back up. Nemo, I guess, is going to be reimagined, so we don't even know what that one's going to look like. Everybody was sad because they said that was going away and coming back. So
yeah.
Boy, that's a tough one. I guess I'd probably have to say Phantasmic, just because it is a live show with live actors and things. So
Yep.
that one is probably one of my favorite shows. So I'd have to say Phantasmic. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. When Emma was little, she had these really curly hair, more blonde, I guess, curly hair. So she got picked a bunch of times to be part of the beginning of
The
Lion King
Oh,
in Animal
cool.
Kingdom. So that's probably
Aw.
one of your favorites, I would
They
guess.
did brought that back too, but they took out the jumping monkey.
The Tumble Monkeys aren't back yet,
Yes.
I don't think.
I said jumping.
Yeah, but they're called the Tumble Monkeys.
Oh, and they also took out the Can You Feel the Love Tonight section.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
They
that'll be
took out
back.
they took out the flying part of the Can You Feel the Love Tonight, and they took out the Tumble Monkeys. Yes, I would think those would be back. Excuse me, after COVID probably. So
There you go. All right, number 14. We're almost done. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Here you are.
If you could have a year supply of any Disney park snacks, which one would it be?
oh boy, I'd have to probably say the fresh baked chocolate chip cookies, the ones that they used to serve at the bakery on Main Street, but they still serve around different areas in the parks. They're the giant chocolate chip cookies, not the ones in the plastic wrap, but the ones that are actually cooked fresh. Those are my favorite.
Yeah. You remember those?
Hmm.
Yeah, those are cool. All right. Well, here is the last question.
Hmm.
You ready? All right. Drum roll.
If you could have Walt Disney one question right now, what would it be?
Oh wow, yeah, and we've actually talked about that before, and I can't remember what I said because I think I had a really good answer at one point. I don't know that I have one. I don't know that I have one right now, but I guess I would just say where would you maybe either have done things differently, or where would you go from here if Walt was alive right now? What would
Yeah.
you do? What's next? Because he had ideas that nobody would ever think of. So what would he do? Where would he go next with it? Because to me, Disney is still fantastic, but obviously, anytime you lose Walt, you lose Steve Jobs, some of these visionaries that are with these companies, you lose a little bit of the luster on the company because you lose that creative genius that was a once in a lifetime Mozart type of a person that will probably never, be anybody like that again. And so I think I would just ask, where do we go from here? How do you make Disney even better? So I think
That's
that'd be
a
my
good one.
question for him. Yeah.
I think, the way you phrased it too is like, where do we go from here is a really good one, because it's sort of
Yeah.
like it's acknowledging this is where we are, what's next. And
Right.
that seems to open up a world of, the possibilities is go, oh, wow, that's a really big question,
I mean,
Cool.
part of me also wants to see him go through all the, and don't get me wrong, Disney executives have had a tough job the last few years to balance the, what they have to do with shareholders and also with the pandemic and everything they've had to deal with. So I don't
Yeah.
envy their jobs one bit. I know with all the crazy fans, us crazy fans yelling at them no matter what they do. So I get it, but also I think it would be fun to have Walt go through and talk to the CEOs and be like, what are you doing?
What was this about?
What were you thinking? What were you thinking here? So I think that because let's be honest, if he walked down the hall, they'd be like, yes, sir. Because what would you say else to Walt Disney? So I think
That's
it's funny
right.
because you hear stories. He kept people in line. He was a great, nice guy, but if he said this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing. So that's how
Yes.
he led very strongly. So
There you go. Well, those are all of your questions.
thank you so much. This was fun.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
All
We
right.
actually met a friend who met Walt Disney in the past, actually.
Who's that?
Miss Kay.
Oh, Kay Mallins. Yeah, with the Walt Disney Hometown Museum. Yep.
Yeah.
She talked to Kay a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
And Walt stayed in her house when she was a kid,
Wow.
along with Lillian, and they stayed in her bedroom. So she said her question to him would be, would you want to stay in the bedroom again? Because I think she lives in that house.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I bet the stories that she could tell.
Oh yeah, it was fun. We had a bunch of bad weather, so we had a bunch of streaming issues, but
Yeah,
we still got through most of the questions, and it was a lot of fun.
yeah, I kept dark sky right before we start, and there was a yellow circle
Yeah,
over Missouri.
rain on the radar. Yeah, That
Oh,
happened.
wow.
Oh,
Wow.
well, I think it's time for you to thank Mr. Josh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you do that.
Thank you, God, to ResortTV1 to be on my show.
You're
Think
very
she goes
welcome,
high
Emma.
again.
Oh, I love it.
Well, thank you very much for taking your time out, especially you have very limited time. We appreciate you giving it to us.
Oh,
So you
absolutely. My
take
pleasure.
care, and we'll see you on YouTube.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Wow. Well,
Well, we're back.
well,
What do you think? How was that interview? How did Josh do? How did Emma do?
well,
I think it was pretty awesome. We are looking for your comments and feedback on the interview. Emma's mom says, good one. Jonathan, thank you, Jonathan, says, great interview. I was going to put this up real quick so we have a little something on the bottom. Otherwise, it looks kind of weird. But oh, Kathleen, thank you, Kathleen, says, good job. Thank you very much. I think she did a great job.
Kathleen, are you awesome new?
El Graxo says, nice interview. Learned a few things. Thanks. Well, thank you for being here. And Joe says, Emma, you did a fantastic job. Great interviewer. I agree.
Here you go, Kathleen.
And Kathleen says, Grandma says, very nice show. Thank you, Josh. Emma, great show. Very
Thank you,
good.
Grandma.
And
Hi, Grandpa.
I think you're right, Emma. I think Kathleen might be first, not Kathleen.
Kathy.
Kathy might be the first time, right? So
you get a first visit button.
You get a first visit button. So thank you for being here tonight.
Yeah.
This has been cool. That's right. There you go. Welcome, Kathleen. That's who we were referring to. So you got a first visit button for coming tonight. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And Jonathan says, as today is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, to support your family and friends.
Oh, thank you,
Very good. Very good reminder. Thank you.
We almost forgot it was this month. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you.
Great reminder.
Miss Iris says it was great.
Thank you, Miss Iris.
Great job, Emma, Miss Libby says. And Jonathan says, I went to individual bowling league last month, and Emma is more than welcome to join individual bowling. Ooh, that might be something fun. So we have some friends who do bowling leagues, and they always have a good time. So, all righty. Well, I guess. You are
very welcome, Kathleen.
Yes.
Kathleen Adar.
Thank
I
you.
hope I'm pronouncing your last name right.
Adair, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. All righty. Well, he says it is a lot of fun. That's for sure. Oh, and hey, Patrick. He says, amazing job. And John says, great job. Love the interviews that you do. She does a great job. She really does. I'm so proud of her. Very proud of you.
We got some upcoming stuff.
That's right. We're about to wrap it up. So sit tight just for a second. We're going to tell you what's coming up this Wednesday night is, well, what month are we in now?
October.
It's October. So it's Haunted Mansion month. That's what I'm calling it. I'm calling it Haunted Mansion month.
Yeah.
So Wednesday night.
Go.
Talking over each other. You want to do it? You can do it.
Yeah.
All right. So what's coming up Wednesday night?
Wednesday night is Second Matter Trivia. Second American Disneyland Paris, aka Euro Disneyland. So make a comment for that.
Yep, Wednesday night, Phantom Manor Trivia is part of Haunted Mansion Month.
Even though Phantom Manor and the old color of Frontierland is connected over.
Okay, it is part of Frontierland. That might be one of the trivia questions. Come to think of it.
I kind of the connection.
Yes, the connection.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
No spoiler. No spoiler, though.
So that
you haven't run it yet.
Oh gosh, you're so crazy. All right, so that comes up Wednesday night.
Yeah.
October 6th.
At 7 p.m.
At 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
And Saturday night, we have a friend coming on, Kevin Riley.
owner of Haunted Macadamic Breakfast on Instagram.
That's right. He has an Instagram account called Haunted Mansion Dead and Breakfast. They do some products and other things, and he is a huge Haunted Mansion fan
Yeah,
and friend that we met
Yeah.
through Miss Bridget.
yeah.
That's right.
Shout
So,
out to Miss Bridget Lightning for that.
and Kevin is there right now at Disney World for the 50th.
Yeah.
And he's been posting a bunch of stuff. So if you want to go to Instagram, start following him. It's Haunted Mansion Dead and Breakfast. And he's a good, fun guy. It's nothing
Yeah.
gory or any of that stuff.
No.
It's just he's just a big Disney fan too.
Yeah.
So Wednesday night is Haunted Mansion / Phantom Manor trivia. We're going to focus on Phantom Manor in Paris, Disneyland. And on Saturday night next week from today, is going to be the interview with Kevin Riley. And it will be not recorded. It will be
Live.
live.
So if any of you have any questions for him, make sure to post them in the live chat
That's
on
right.
that night.
You will be able to ask him questions yourself.
And make sure like and subscribe if you haven't if you are new to my channel. And make sure to hit the notification when we go live for that.
Yeah, that way you will know when we go live for that and for trivia Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So I think it is time, before we wear out our welcome, to say goodnight.
Yeah.
So how do we do that? What do you say?
And always guys, thank you all so much for watching. Make a like, subscribe, and share this video and my channel with your friends and family.
There you go. And until next time, we will.
Yeah, that's good. Night, guys.
Thanks
See
everybody
you all
for
on
being here.
Wednesday for trivia.
That's right. And oh, by the way,
Yeah.
give a shout out to Josh and ResortTV1 to thank
Yeah.
him for being on the show. We would appreciate that.
And also tell them that Emma from Talking Mickey Crockett has sent you.
That's right. Tell him Emma says hi. So good night. See y'all Wednesday night.
She